Hey, what's going on, guys? Making this video to just talk a little bit about the updates I'm making with my changed it to a fire wizard actually on my seasonal hardcore. She actually was lightning for a really long time, and I just recently found a decent cinder coat that I re-rolled for sockets, and I ended up re-rolling my amulet for fire skills as well from the lightning. So I decided to switch over to fire. I'll just go through my items real quick, and then I'll probably just run like a bounty or two, just to give you an idea of what I'm working with. So I'm using homing pads, just basic stats, nothing special. I'm using DPS helm with a CDR gem inside, and then I'm using DPS amulet. And I ended up being able to reroll the lightning to, like I said, fire skills, and I just have crit chance damage and intel in there. I'm using Gloves of Worship. I'm really trying to track down a pair of Frostburn gloves. Not Frostburn, Mage Fist gloves. That deal extra fire damage. So that would be amazing for my build, because I am trying to switch everything to fire. Like I said, I have a Cinder Coat. I do have max fire skills increase, which is great. I rerolled for sockets, and so that is pretty good for what I'm wanting to do. And reduced cost of fire skills is, of course, great too. I have slave bonds. They're really not that great. It's just that's what I had that had fire skills on it, and so that's what I'm using for now until I can find something better. I'm using Leroic Signet as one of my amulets, or sorry, one of my rings. Basically just looking for intel, crit chance, and damage. Just kind of nice that I have legendary stats on there, and the secondary stats is increased bonus experience by 25% and reduces the duration of control impairing effects by 20%. That's always great. And I have a Boon of the Hoarder gem in there. It's basically just a gigantic pile of gold chance for pile of gold whenever you kill somebody. That's been working out really well for me. I've gotten probably, gosh, it's been about 50 million gold in the past like 2 days. It's insane how much gold you can accumulate so quickly. Because I did just switch to fire, I got rid of one of the pieces of my DPS, and so I don't have the 4-set bonus anymore right now until I can find a decent Ring of Royal Grandeur that reduces the required set items to get the set bonus by 1. So I'm just using the Hellcat Waistguard because it's got great damage on it for now until I can find a decent one, and I'll switch it out for the Talrash's belt. My other ring is just a basic rare ring. I have Pain Enhancer in there that just cause enemies to bleed when I crit them. And it's pretty much the same thing as my legendary ring, intel, crit chance, and damage. And I'm using Firebird's pants. Nothing special here, just got intel, light, spectral blade damage, and a couple sockets. I picked up this recently, crafted it. It's not anything good by any stretch of the word, but yeah, I'm just using it for the fire skill, increased damage. And so I'll probably end up crafting some more because I do have the recipe for it, just to see if I can streamline that damage, and as well as the fire skill increased damage. And I did find Ramaladni's gift, the thing that adds sockets to weapons, today, and so I don't know, I'll probably try and craft a few more of these, see if I can get the stats up, but I may end up just using it on this and re-rolling the socket that I initially re-rolled for like attack speed or chance to bleed or damage against elite, something like that. And the boots are illusory boots. I've said time and time again, these are, in my opinion, the best boots in the game by far. There's really no reason to use anything else. And those that just have basic intel, light, all resist, and movement speed. And then my offhand is a Firebirds as well. I think it's cool that I got the 2-set bonus, and that's basically the only reason I used the pants. I was using Hammer Jammers, which were awesome. It's got intel, light, life regen, and movement speed, as well as 34% extra gold for monsters. So that's never a bad thing. But I just wanted the 2-set bonus. That's 500 intel, so I elected to use that. And Firebird's Eye is great because it's got fire skill, increased damage. It's right in the middle there. It's not anything great, not anything terrible. and I did manage to reroll for crit hit chance on there. Okay, so those are my items, my skills. I have Spectral Blade with Flame Blades, just basically an AoE in front of me that I wanted to fire damage, so nothing crazy there. I have Apocalypse Rune on Blizzard as my right click. It's just got a huge AoE and turns it to fire damage. And I have Teleport with the Wormhole Rune, Black Hole with Supermassive, Familiar with Spark Flint, and Magic Weapon with Force Weapon. And from passives, Unstable Anomaly, Evocation, Blur, and Galvanizing Ward. And so these passives I've been messing around with quite a bit, but I like this, just a little buffer between me and the enemy. Blur is good because I think I've gotten past the point where Dominance is as useful as it can be. I don't know if that makes sense. I think Blur is more useful than Dominance at this point in the game, I think. So as monsters get stronger, obviously they hit you harder, and so it's gotten to the point where the max shield capacity is like 160,000, about a little over that. I think that's less useful than 17% just straight off the top, and so I elected to use this, but I'm still switching back and forth. Unstable Anomaly is something I really haven't been changing though. The other three have been a little dynamic. Okay, so those are my items and skills. My damage is at a little over 1.1 million, 1.062. Toughness is very low, 4.173. I haven't really had a chance to beef up my character yet. I've been streamlining damage and fire skill increase, so it's pretty rough right now, but I'm surviving fine T3. I haven't really done too much of T4 because they hit me pretty hard. And so, because I have the Talrash's 2 set, I increased all the elements pretty much, but the one I'm focusing on is fire. And so I have fire damage increased by 95%, and that brings my fire damage to a little over 2 million, 2.071. Yes, that's basically the only one I really care about. Okay, so I will, I guess, do, let's do a bounty. Let's see, this one's not too bad. Let's try this one out. Love Fleeting Shrines, especially when I have Gloves of Worship, increases the duration to 10 minutes. So good. So I think I'm going to have a hard time getting rid of them, even if I do find Mage Fists. I think it's just going to be hard to part with them, because they're so awesome. Come on. Let's see, yeah, so if you've never seen it before, the explosions of gold are from the Boon of the Hoarder gem. I'm still blown away by how much money you can make so quickly. And it only counts if you get the last hit on a monster. So if you get the last hit, there's a, whatever it is right now, 28% chance to explode with gold. But if you don't get the last hit, you have no chance. So that's why, I mean, it's obviously completely possible to do it in public games, but, much less likely. Whereas in single player, I mean, it's just you killing them, so every single time it's going to be a 28% chance, which, as you can imagine, is pretty dang often. More than a quarter of the time. Knockback continues to be annoying as hell. I did find Krelm's bracers that make you immune to knockback, but they were pretty crappy. They didn't have what I wanted on there at all. They had arcane skills and no crit chance, so I wanted to reroll 2 things, and that didn't really work out. So I just salvaged them, unfortunately. And I like I like the fact that I don't have galvanizing word, dominance on it as one of my passives anymore, because it kind of gave me a false sense of security whenever I was up against, say, a rare pack, because they would hit me once, and I think my toughness is way up there, so I could take a few hits. which was not really the case at all, just that my entire shield absorbed that full hit and then disintegrated. And so when they hit me a second time, I pretty much almost die. Whereas if I just have blur on instead of dominance, it just takes 17% straight off the top. So I still get hit every time they hit me, unless I have my galvanizing ward up, but I can see exactly how much damage they're doing to me, and I can back off or, charge accordingly. So I like that aspect of it at least. Of course, dominance had its benefits, but I think this is better for me right now, in my opinion. Well, that's a goblin. Kind of glad they show up on the map now with those portals. They're kind of hard to miss. Okay, Black Canyon Mines is the other way. Whoops. Fleeting Shrine is so good. I'll say it again and again and again. Gloves of Worship plus Fleeting Shrine equals awesome. I don't know if this is a good or a bad thing, but I've become a lot more comfortable over the past few months, now that I've been running T2, T3, with losing more and more of my health, which is, like I said, I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but I've become less worried now that when I lose a chunk of health, whereas before, whenever I lose really any health, my health bar would move, I'd be like, whoa, back up. So, yeah, actually, it's probably a bad thing, honestly. It's really just because like right there, it's really just because my passive that I don't really worry about things. But I know I shouldn't rely on my passive, I should use it as a safety net. And just try to pretend it's not there, and try to stay alive without using it, but it's hard. Another frenzied shrine. I don't really know, but I assume these blizzards don't stack, and so I usually cast a blizzard and then wait, probably 5-7 seconds, however long it lasts, 6 seconds, for it to go away. And so that way I'm not just wasting arcane power trying to stack these blizzards when, one of them's already in effect. I don't need another one. So I usually try to wait until one of them's done before I cast another one. That'll save you a lot of arcane power, I think. I like that. Arrow right off the bat. Achievement! That was a quick bounty. nice. I'm getting really lucky with these bounty spots. Especially in places like the Desolate Sands or Dalgar Oasis, because you could just go on for half an hour trying to find the place. It kind of hurts. There we go. Really, really hate these guys. Because typically I can't kill them instantly, especially when they have shielding or something like that. And so they just follow me around and keep hitting me because they're a hell of a lot faster than me, even with a fleeting shrine. And I lose my shield pretty quick. And it usually gets pretty hairy. But that one wasn't too bad. Ow, ow. As you can see, the trash mobs I can really just tear through, but I really need like a Stone of Jordan or something. That would be great to replace my rare ring, or even my legendary ring. Lyric Signet isn't special. If I could get a Stone of Jordan, that would be great. Because that's really my only problem as elites, but then again, that's everybody's problem, I guess. Nobody has trouble killing white mobs. A little cursed chest action. I hate these guys. It's really not, I guess, any guys in specifically. I just hate it when they're faster than you. They can just run you down. It's annoying. What do we get? Ugh. One enemy. Probably a stupid worm somewhere. Oh, it's a little slime spewer. Alright, Thrum, whatever the hell your name is. Let's do this. Yeah, so to complete my build, I think I would want probably at least make my weapon that I have a bit better, just another Devastator, or find another one-hander that's got fire damage, which I don't know of any, I don't think, off the top of my head. If you do, please comment. I would like to know. I have a couple, like, what is it called, Maximus. I have a couple two-handers that are fire damage, but I'm really not interested in doing those. Whoops. Wrong buttons all day. Loot and run! Yeah, so I want to upgrade my weapon. Possibly max out fire skill damage to 20%, that'd be great. I want to find a Stone of Jordan to replace either my Rare Ring or my Lyret Signet, whatever. Don't really care. And my other ring, I would ideally want a Ring of Royal Grandeur, so that I could have 3 pieces of Talrashas, but get the 4-piece bonus set. Which, if you don't already know, I'll just explain it real quickly. It will cast a meteor of whatever element you do damage of. So I think the possibilities are Arcane, Cold, Fire, and Lightning. I think it's just those 4. And then, yeah, so if I have my fire attack, my left click, every 8 seconds, and there's an 8-second cooldown, it will cast a fire meteor. And if I do lightning damage, it'll cast a lightning meteor, and each one of those has an 8-second cooldown, so it's pretty awesome if you just, not out of the blue, just kind of standardly you use multiple elements. Because you can, have multiple element meteors coming down from the sky, 3-4 times every 8 seconds. Which is awesome. And if that was confusing, I'll just scroll over it real quick so you can read it. It's all the way at the bottom of the 4 bonus set. But yeah, so I want to use 3 pieces of Talrashas and get that 4 bonus set. That'd be great. And then, what else? Oh, I want to find Mage Fist gloves to replace my Gloves of Worship, even though I don't really want to. Just because they have fire skills on them. And then shoulders, I don't really know of any great ones for my build, at least. I mean, the ones that make your items indestructible are great, but I mean, there's nothing special or specific to my build or anything about them, so I don't know. I'm not sure about shoulders yet. I could use the Firebird's shoulders and try and get some more Firebird's bonus sets, but we'll see. I think that's really it. I mean, aside from streamlining what I already have, I don't think there's anything crazy that I want to get still. I have most of the stuff that I want. But, there's always room for improvement. But if you guys have any suggestions on the build, questions about the build, comments about the build, please let me know. I'm always looking to change things up, because I was lightning for a very, very long time and just completely changed all my gear to fire and ended up increasing my DPS by it was probably about 300,000. I had that fire gear for a long time, I just never really used it, never thought it was that great, so any suggestions are welcome. Come on, man. Where is this guy? There we go. I love these tiny guys that run at you with like 0 health. You can just kill instantly because it's like a guaranteed 3 or 4 explosions of gold. It's pretty great. Yeah, let me put up those shields. Ow. That hurts. Okay, that is, oh, I got one more space. That is my fire wizard. Yeah, but I'm basically just using, my main things are stacking, plus fire skill damage. Using a couple pieces of Firebirds, but I'm looking to build up some Talrashas set bonuses. I do have the chest as well as the belt just in my stash right now because I think the stuff I have is better damage. But yeah, I'm looking to eventually get the 4-piece bonus set. That'd be great. Shield. care about because I don't use shields. Or have any characters right now that use shields. Block text. Yeah, I'm good. Alright guys, that is my Fire Wizard on Seasonal Hardcore. I appreciate you watching, and I'll talk to you guys later.